Just days ago, Barão de São João looked like any other peaceful Algarve village. But then, the smoke and the flames came. A wildfire raged north of the village in remote wilderness areas, prompting many people to evacuate. The smoke was visible for miles. And this video will not only show you what happened here, but also what it reminds us to do. If you're thinking of living in rural Portugal, you need to know how to prepare for fire. And there are some very simple but hugely effective actions that you can take to prevent your home from disappearing in a wall of flames. Firstly though, where in the Algarve is Barão de São João? As you can see, Barão de São João is in the western Algarve, just northwest of Lagos, about 20 minutes drive away, and a few minutes from Sofrim, which was last week's video. I know you guys watched that. Anyway, if you didn't, go check it out now. There'll be a little link up in the top right. You can see the 822 highway stopping in Sofrim, and then little roads connect you to Barão de São João. There's actually 3 ways to get there. It's quite crazy. Lagos forms the last and westernmost train stop in the Algarve. Now, taking public transport from Lagos to Sofrim is a matter of waiting for the number 6 bus, which will take you 44 minutes to Barão de São João, more or less. Good luck. It's worth noting that the Via Algarviana also passes through Barão de São João before heading up into the hills. Know this if you see exhausted hikers in the area. I'm actually contemplating doing the 300-kilometer Via Algarviana hike, but now how would I find the time? I can't just cruise off into nowhere. We've got a business to run. So maybe what I can do is go for 3 days, film, hike, come back, edit, run the business, see the family. Oh, by the way, you know we've got a business, right? Myself, Nick Smith, other Nick, Duarte and Claire run Algarve Addicts Relocation Agency and Algarve Addicts Real Estate Agency, where we act as buying agents and show all kinds of you wonderful folk from across the oceans to see what it's like to live in Portugal, to buy houses in Portugal. And we know that when you come face to face with Portuguese bureaucracy, it's a little challenging. So we're here to provide that helping hand. And it's so many people have said how helpful it is. So if you are one of those people, get in touch with us through our website, algarveaddicts.com. There's a contact form there, and we'll be able to give you a free discovery call. All right, let's get back to Barão de São João. Here's 5 quick facts about Barão de São João. Number 1, the name and the Baron. Now, Barão de São João, the name sounds noble, and it is. In the 1600s, this tiny place carried the title of Barão, or Baron, and at the same time, the village was dedicated to St. John the Baptist. Put them together, and you get Barão de São João, a name that reminds us this quiet spot once held both religious devotion and aristocratic prestige. Now, number 2, layers of ancient life. This land has been lived on for thousands of years. Manors still stand in the fields. You can find them on Google Maps and go and visit them. Roman pottery has been dug from the soil. Even a Roman pickaxe, now in the Faro Museum, was found here. By the early 1600s, parish records list just 50 or so inhabitants. Barão de São João is a village layered with human history. Number 3, a fight for identity. For most of the last century, Barão de São João was its own parish. Now that changed in 2013 when the government merged it with Sofrim. Locals were furious, and I hinted at this in last week's video in Sofrim. They argued that their village had its own rhythm and its own soul, and now combining the two is just going to conflict them, and it's very different. It's a very different feel to Sofrim. So Sofrim versus Barão de São João. Today, many still campaign to restore that independence because here identity matters as much as administration. It's interesting. A Sunday market with soul. On the last Sunday of each month, Barão de São João comes alive. The sports ground turns into a flea market. Stalls overflow with jewelry, paintings, second-hand clothes. Neighbors chat, music plays, and visitors mingle. It's not just shopping. It's a meeting point. A small village celebrating itself one Sunday at a time. So I'm here in Barão de São João, and the smell of smoke is radical, and it's amazing difference to what it was last week when I came here. Wow, it sounds like the helicopters are arriving or something. Fire preparation. This one was a big one. There were apparently 770 firefighters were involved, with sometimes up to 12 aircraft and over 200 vehicles. Now, number one, if you are in an area which has a fire, naturally information is critical. And Fogels.pt, which they have an app as well, and now Google Maps have great coverage of severe fire areas, ensuring that people don't do ridiculous things like driving through a fire area. Number two, preparation. By law, all rural land needs to be cleared at least by July the 1st. The critical fire period is designed as July the 1st to September the 30th, but it can be brought forward or extended. Around us here in São Brás de Portugal, we start clearing in mid-May. Number three, fire season. During the fire season, you cannot burn agricultural waste, brush or debris without permission from the local bombeiros, who the fire guys, the firefighters. You cannot light bonfires or barbecues in or near forested areas. You can't release balloons, fireworks, or have any open flame in or near forest zones. And now violating these bans can lead to heavy fines and even criminal charges if fire results. Recently, an 80-year-old lady, she was arrested for starting fires in an area north of Loreley. Now, why would she do that? No idea. Number four, the Czech IPMA, or the IPMA, which is the Portuguese Meteorological Agency, check their alert levels. At the highest red alert, people are not allowed to use farm or forestry machinery due to accelerated risk of fire. Number five, prepare your home. Use fire-resistant materials for roofing and exteriors. Ensure water access, like tanks and hoses, and often, like even in my house, we have a tank which is filled with water for those eventualities. C, prepare a go bag with essentials like documents, clothes, food, water, and first aid. And if you need to go at the last minute, you can go. D, know 2 escape routes and locations of safe zones from your home. Point number 6 is report all fires and smoke. And I call 112 immediately with location, wind direction, spread, and nearby landmark details. And don't block access roads. Those sound kind of extreme. I wouldn't get worried about this. It does happen occasionally, but you will know what's happening when there are fires. And I think it's just something to be aware of, and it's a part of life here. It's not something to be super concerned about and scared about. But obviously, being aware is vital. So now let's go back before the fire, and let me take you on a walkabout of Barão de São João. Every summer, Portugal's firefighters risk their lives to protect our villages, our homes and our forests. Most of them are volunteers and they can't do it alone. Now the best way we can help? Start with prevention. Keep your land cleared, follow the fire ban rules and report risks before they become disasters. But you can also go further. You can donate to your local bombeiros, drop off supplies during fire season or volunteer your time. Just head on down to them and just ask them what they need. And when the sirens sound, give them space. Keep the roads clear, follow evacuation orders and trust the professionals. Don't go there and just say, I'm just coming to take photographs. You know what I mean? Get in the way and block all the people. That's not good. So supporting our firefighters isn't just about emergencies. It's about community, and together we can make their job possible and keep Portugal safe. So I know that's quite a hectic subject for this week. And we were just supposed to make a video about Barão de São João, which is a small little village in the west. Thankfully they're out of harm's way right now. So it's a happy ending. But next week, we're going to go into a much lighter look at the Algarve and a look at summer and do the ultimate beach adventure, ultimate beach day. So just try and think this whole week, what would you do for the ultimate beach day in the Algarve? And I'll show you what I did next week. All right, guys, thanks a lot so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And let's remember those bombeiros out there, the firefighters. Thank you. AlgarveAddicts.com. We'll see you next week, but if you need any help relocating to the Algarve, click through to our website, AlgarveAddicts.com. We offer tours, immigration assistance, long-term rentals, and we can buy your house.